Good morning and welcome to Wellspring. Good morning. My name is Jim Moore and I'm part of your Sunday, November 26th, 2023 service team. Now we have a few announcements. Early Birds meet Sunday mornings at 9:30 via Zoom. Link is in the weekly email and on the website. Our upcoming speakers for November, today we have Reverend Kamatara, and next week we'll have Peggy Shen. We haven't heard from her for a while because she's been in Mexico for a number of months. Our Thursday evening group continues to meet every week at 7 p.m. on Zoom. And we're continuing with the Greg Braden series called Missing Links. And lastly, our prayer team remains ready to serve and support you. You may submit a request via our webpage or give it to Edward. Our prayer team meets virtually on Tuesday afternoons at 4:15 p.m. to pray with you. You may consider sitting in your quiet space during that time. We know we are one in spirit and the energy of prayer knows no limits. And now we'll have a short invocation. Sit back, relax, close your eyes if that feels good, and just feel the presence of Spirit in this place. Feel the connection we all have to each other and to the world at large. And so it is. Thank you. Please stand if you are able and help us sing the Song of Joy. Where is our music? I didn't realize that Barry had disappeared.
He's on his way. Reinforcements are on the way.
Oh, he probably expected a longer invocation. A cappella?
He showed it. Here it is.
He makes an entrance. Hi, Mary.
Very good. Let us read together our vision, Vision, mission, and affirmation. Our vision, to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission, to support individual spiritual quests through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. Our affirmation, this month I turn my thoughts to gratitude. I know that my highest and best is expressing through every activity and experience in my life. For this I am grateful, and so it is. All right, now we're ready for some special music from Doug Adamz.
Thank you. This is a brand new song. This is a world premiere. It's yeah, the first. This is the first day I've played it anywhere, anytime. Wondering, wondering, I'm wondering and wondering, wondering where to go. I'm a wondering, I'm wondering, I'm wondering, I'm wondering where to go. And I walk, and I'm looking for a sign. Sometimes I have to crawl, and I run, and I'm looking for a sign, and I run right into the wall, and I keep wondering, wondering where to go. I keep a wondering and wondering where to go. And I walk, and I'm looking for a sign, and I'm trying to open the door. And I run, and I'm looking for a sign, and I find myself on the floor. And I walk, and I'm looking for a sign, and I'm hoping for a little bit of hope. And I run, and I'm trying to climb, and I find myself at the end of my rope. And then I hear the little quiet fabled wee voice, and like a bell it rang on. It said the wall was the sign, the floor was the door, and the hope was the rope to hang on. And now I'm full of wonder at the wonderful, wonderful world that I'm in. Now I'm full of wonder at the wonderful, wonderful world that I'm in. Thank you.
You're welcome. That was awesome. It's time for our reading. My reading comes today from the July 2023 issue of Science of Mind magazine. The article is entitled, "Where is God?" and was written by our founder, Ernest Holmes. Because of the article's length, I've condensed it somewhat. You can hardly pick up a magazine or newspaper without finding reference to our need for God. One of the most startling claims of Jesus was that God is both around and within us. I suggest we give this idea consideration because when we believe it, we link our individual lives with the one perfect life, which is God. There is one mind. That mind is God. That mind is our mind now. This mind responds to us. But since it is mind with a capital M, responding to mind with a small m, how could it respond other than through our belief? Jesus told us when we ask for divine guidance, we should believe that we receive it. When you have a problem or need an answer to prayer, say, "The mind of God in me knows the answer." When you do this, you will find that new thoughts and new ideas begin to flow up through your thinking, giving you the solution that you seek. It isn't enough to say that God is all there is. It isn't enough to say there is one life and that life is God. This statement is not complete until you say, there is one life, that life is God, that life is my life now. And so it is. Now it's time to have Reverend Kamatara come up and wow us.
Wow. I don't know about the well part. I'll see. Here. Okay. Thank you. All right. Gonna get this down a little bit so it's not in the fabulous shot. And I'm going to scoot you just a little bit very carefully. All right, because I just need a direct shot. All right, wow. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. Wow, just look around the room for a minute. If you're on Zoom, just look at each other. I don't know. Wow, there's a whole bunch of people here. This is awesome. And sometimes when I'm preparing a talk, I throw it down and I practice and I get ready to go, and then I think, why am I giving that talk? Is that really what I should be talking about? And then I heard what y'all spoke about in Early Birds this morning, and just a powerful force of experiencing the divine in that moment. And then Doug sings that song about the floor, the door, the wall, and that is the sign. And then Jim has that perfect reading about doing more than just saying God is all there is, and there's my sign, the little high five from the divine, like, chill out, sister, that you're fine. This is the topic to do. So here we go. And actually, I wasn't sure if y'all read the Science of Mind magazine, and here Jim is quoting from it, so delightful. It's very similar. If you don't get this, it's somewhat similar to the Daily Word, if you're in the Unity vein. But there's, the beautiful readings that are in here, the daily readings, and also just interesting articles, and some of them are from Ernest Holmes, or they're from, more modern mystics. It's just really fascinating. And the topics lately, they've been really profound. Sometimes I kind of blow it off, I'm like, meh. But lately they've been really grabbing me. And so this month they were exploring 3 words in particular, the mundane versus the sacred versus the profane. So there's just been some really interesting explorations in here. And of course, you know me as the former English teacher that I am. I mean, I could pull out the OED in a New York minute, the Oxford English Dictionary, for those of you who aren't word nerds. And I mean, I could go there, I could lean into the definitions of those 3 words and pull out the charts and the illustrative stories and quotes. And then that wee small voice inside me was like, don't do it. Don't go there. Even though this is outside of my comfort zone, I just thought, no, we're not going to get into the weeds of deepening our language. We're going to go the other way and take a bigger view. And instead of adding to our understanding, how about letting go? Letting go of our understanding, letting go of words. And I know this is ridiculous because I'm supposed to stand up here and give you about 20 minutes worth of words. And I'm telling you that, yeah, words are nonsense, total nonsense. So I know that's ironic. But, I'm trying to use words to convey the ineffable. And we know from our friends at A Course in Miracles that things only have the meaning that we give it, especially words. So when it comes to exploring the sacred versus the mundane, or the spiritual versus the secular, or the ordinary versus the magical, how about if we just drop the verses? Just cut that little piece out, that there's no opposing sides. That we can come back, that all of the words of it can just go away. And we can come back to the home base. Get out of the nonsense and go back to the only thing that makes sense. If we can get back to our deepest, most important principle at the heart of what we believe, and it is that God is all there is. And again, with language. It doesn't matter what you call it. Choose your words. There's, 1,001 words for the names of God, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, God, Patru Mama, dog, Bob. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Pick your word. We know that language is finite, and we're trying to express the infinite. So it doesn't matter what word we pick, it's going to fall short. And just like they say in the Tao, the thing that can be named is not the thing. So I got that. So just understanding that moment of grace. The bottom line is God, for lack of a better term, is not a word, but it's an experience. It's a knowing. It's a sanctity that I don't know how to put words to that. So coming back to our home base today, our essential principle, God is all there is. If I had a different kind of microphone, I would just drop it right there. That's it. God is all there is. And when we do the math of that, if then, live it out, what does that look like? Then it brings up a different question. Why is that so hard? Boy, Ram Dass liked to say that the only game in town is getting to know who we really are. And of course, there's all sorts of theories out there. In fact, I've read some of them with early birds, where we are looking at, okay, we've got our soul contract, or we made this agreement to have this life and these experiences with these people, and then we're born, and we forget all the stuff, and we spend a lifetime remembering. We spend a lifetime looking for God. And of course, we know the treasure is hidden within. It's always the last place you look, right? In my house, we call that the ketchup rule, where the kids go, Mom, where's the ketchup? And you open the fridge and it's like right there. It's the ketchup rule. It's right here. So we know that God is within and without. Did you ever sing that song? God is within and without. God is within and without. It's the air that we breathe, all we receive. God is within and without. It's a beautiful song. And when we can't get our words wrapped around it, sometimes the music helps us to sing it, to feel it, to say it. It could be art, it could be analogies. What can help us to own that truth, our truth, so completely that we step out of the cave and into the light. Oh yeah, I'm going there. It's Plato's cave time. So has it been a while? You didn't just hear this like last week? Okay, so for those of you how many of you know Plato's cave? Oh, not a lot. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so you get to imagine there's a bunch of people sitting in a cave and they're looking at a wall and there's light behind them that's reflecting shadows and all sorts of things. And the people looking at the wall, they're like, oh, this is life. This is what's happening. This is what's real. And they're all chained together looking at this projected image of the light shining behind them onto the wall. And then one of them, somehow, grace of God, I don't know, gets free and gets out of the cave. And of course, what happens when you step out of a cave into the light? It's blinding, it's disorienting, it's very difficult at first. But then once his or her eyes, like they get adjusted, they get a sense, oh, wait, this is the light. That was just shadows. That's not even real. We're looking at shadows, not the actual thing itself. So then that person goes back in and, of course, wants to help everyone. Like, oh my gosh, let me help you get out of here. And, of course, the people that are chained, they can't even understand what this person's talking about. So they actually, want to tear that person apart and just, kill that person or just say, no, get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. And the people stay chained even though they could leave in that moment. And here we are in this society steeped in this race consciousness, to use a term from Ernest Holmes. Race consciousness is where he was saying, here's the experience of human beings that have built up all the way up until this moment, like all the historic, socializing and everything that's happened out there. And then we're stepping into it like, wow, okay, is that the truth of our being? No, that's the shadows cast on the wall. And so with spiritual communities like this, we can get unchained. We can say, no, that is not my truth. I can get out of the social programming and bask in the light of my divine essence, which society will never tell me about, ever. And so here's the big challenge. Can we know who we truly are, this divine essence, and still live life on this plane of existence? Whoo, that is a trip, isn't it? It is far out. So all I can do is practice. All I can do is just practice to go beyond myself and who I think I am and what I think this all is. I just can practice. And then, like Mickey Singer says in Untethered Soul, can we take what we think we know and fall behind it? And then fall behind that and really detach, drop out of that cerebral sense of knowing, and then even fall behind the visceral sense of things and float into that open heart space of experiencing the divine. That's an entirely different space at the same time that it is not an entirely different space, because it's right here and it's right now. So let's do a little exercise here, just to contemplate, just mini bit of fun here. All right, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit, and when it's the right time, we'll do some things. So if you feel comfortable, yes, thank you for following me. Hello, people in Zoom land. Okay. So whether you're at home or in the sanctuary, we're going to do a little guided meditation. So if you want to make yourself comfortable, whatever that is for you, and go ahead and take your shoulders out of your ears. All right, and square your body off. Let that seat really support you. Some nice deep breaths. And if you feel comfortable lowering your gaze or closing your eyes, like whatever is going to help you to just turn inward to that space within and without. And I'm going to take you through a series of thoughts to just contemplate, to detach from the cave, from the chain, from the trappings, and to try to reconnect with the truth of who you are. And so I start with this thought. I am not this body. I am more than just this body. I am not a physical body. I am not the way I wear my hair or no hair. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not my fabulous bushy eyebrows or no eyebrows. I am not my fabulous Roman nose or cute little pug nose, whatever nose you have. I am not my ears or my cheeks or my lips or my goofy facial expressions that are only seem to be mine. I am more than all of that that looks like me, that Facebook recognizes as me and tags my name on it. I am more than that. And I am more than my shoulders and my arms and my hands that do what they do on this earth. And I am more than this torso and this beating heart and these lungs and all the organs and muscles and bones and fluids that are moving and percolating and flowing and doing their thing. I am more than that. And I am more than these arthritic hips of mine. Thank goodness. I am more than everything that's contained in these beautiful hips. And I am more than these legs and the knees and the ankles and the feet that help me walk upon this earth. I am more than my little toes and the little hairs on my little toes. I am not this body. I am not a body. And releasing attachment to this little fleshy space suit, I go even deeper. I am not this breath. Fall behind the breath. Who is it that's breathing this breath? Fall in between the breaths, the in-breath and the out-breath, that little space in between. And beyond the physical, I am not this personality. I am more than a collection of quirks and foibles and experiences that seem to be this identity that gets called this particular name. I am not this personality. I am not my preferences. This combo package of likes and dislikes, this, not that, more or less, or warmer or colder, or this food and not that. I am not preferences. I am not my history. I am more than the aggregate of my experiences, my lineage, my ancestors. I am not history. I am not my skills. I am not my passions. I am not my resume. I am not my roles at work, at home, at church. I am so much more. I am not my mind. I am not a mind, any mind. I am not my thoughts. Fall behind the thoughts and the space you imagine where thoughts happen. Fall behind it. Who is thinking the thought that I'm thinking? I am not this thought right now. I am that which thou art, and thou art that which I am. And yet I am not even an I. There is no I. There just is. Oneness, divinity, sanctity, breathing itself in the infinite now. Take a moment to breathe into that space. And to deepen that space, I'm going to play a chant, and when you get the hang of it, or if you already know it, just sing it with me. And there's even 2 parts, and you can sing anything you want. All right. Here we go. I am remembering who I am. 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 I am remembering who I. Here's the other part. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remember. Sing whatever you want. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remember. One more time. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. And holding on to that space that resonates, feeling that vibration and leaning into that experience of it, that is the divine. In, as, and through the individuation of spirit expressing as you. And holding on to that untethered spaciousness of the one that has no words, that just is. There is no sacred, there is no mundane, it just is. And in that space, we experience all the forms of the verb to be. Am, is, are, was, were, will be, for infinity. You are infinite right now. You do not have to die for that to magically kick in. You are it. And regardless of these fleshy spacesuits and the appearance of time and bodies and individual lives, this thing that is you, that is me, that is we, that is us, just is. And our isness is a point of consciousness in the endless time and space of infinity. This is your divine nature. Take another breath into that and holding on to that feeling. Let me say a few more words to close us out, and then we'll pray. Go ahead and bring yourself on back to the room. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. This is a great time to go to our friend Carl Sagan. I love it when he says, the nitrogen in our DNA, the calcium in our teeth, and the iron in our blood, and the carbon in our apple pies, maybe more carbon in mine, were made in the interiors of collapsing stars. We are made of star stuff. The cosmos is within. We are a way for the universe to know itself. And I would maybe say the divine. We are the way for the divine to know itself. And if I could look at each of you individually all at once, I know who you really are. Can you know that for yourself? And even beyond knowing, can you be that? So when life gets overwhelming or we get too bogged down in the conditions and the drama and the details and the preferences, can you come back to this place this week? Get beyond the debates of right and wrong or this or that or sacred versus mundane and the tasks and the drama, whatever. No. Practice this open space of consciousness and the space in between the in-breath and the out-breath. And the space in between this task and that. Because in that infinity of space, we have all the time we need to remember who and what we are. We are the sacred and the mundane. We are the expression of the all that is. So in this moment of time, such as it is, this little point of consciousness that is me recognizes the point of consciousness that is you, expressing as your divinity. Namaste. Whew, let's go to prayer. And I love that because you're applauding for yourselves in this delicious moment of recognizing the divine, knowing that the all that is expressing in every aspect of our lives, in what we understand and what we don't, in the mystical places and in the practical places, in the wall, in the door, in the floor, in each other, in words and in the silence, in the chants and in art, and in the cave and outside of the cave, in things that are pleasant and things that are unpleasant, in things that are happy, things that are sad, things that are easy, things that are difficult. All of that is just the divine waiting to be known all over again. So I claim for each person here present, at any point in time that they watch this video or we have this experience, that each one of us is an expression of that one loving source. Each one of us is aligned with the divine that is the presence and power within, no exceptions. That God is all there is, whether we recognize it or not. And so I claim an easier recognition this week. Easier moments of feeling the divine, of recognizing the divine in each other and hearing the divine, seeing those little God winks and high fives from spirit in each other, in nature, in art and music, in all the beautiful ways that we get to experience life and in all the horrible ways that we experience life. All of it is the power and sanctity of the divine. And so I give thanks for this moment to tap back into our most basic, most primordial truth, the essence of who and what we are. And I am, you are remembering every day, every hour, every minute, who and what we are. We are the place where the divine shows up. We are love in action, in the here and now, and forever. I am infinite, and so are you. So I give thanks for this remembering and all the blessings that this remembering yields out into the world for everyone who crosses our paths. Because it is in this remembering that heaven is right here, right now, in this point of consciousness and time. Right here, because the kingdom of heaven is within. And so I am grateful for the spiritual community and sharing this journey and understanding each other, that we could even have this conversation, this experience together. I know that we are so blessed, and that Wellspring is a place of beautiful bounty and blessing. So knowing that all is well, especially when we remember who we are, I let it go and let it be. And join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
Another chant. This is a song that I learned, and it is a chant, and it's a group sing from Ricky Byers. I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the joy. I feel the joy moving in me. 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 I feel the peace 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 moving in me. I feel the vision 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 moving in me. Barry, play us some piano. feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me.
Wow, wow, wow. That was awesome. Thanks again. That's wonderful. And now it's time for our offering. Someone will bring the basket forward. As we acknowledge and receive our virtual and in-person gifts, we give great thanks for the offerings already given and those we will be receiving, because we know the giving and receiving are both part of the one flow. We affirm that we are also part of that flow. We bless these gifts and know they are multiplied throughout our community. And so it is. Thank you, Judy. There are a number of folks who have contributed to the production of this service, and we are grateful for their service. Our wonderful musicians, our camera crew, all are so blessed. We are so blessed. We thank you for joining us today in Zoom land and here in the sanctuary. And lastly, stay around in the Zoom meeting and after service to visit or join us in the social hall. And I want to add that we had a nice, delicious cake last week, and there's still a little left, especially for those who didn't get to try it last week. And there's plenty of ice cream, so please come over and I'll be serving you so that no one gets more than their share. And everyone have a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. Please stand now and read with me our benediction, followed by our congregational song. Spirit in the midst of us is mighty. Joy, peace, and eternal life are our true nature and flow through us into the world, and so it is.